The 10 most interesting facts about the devil's violinist, Niccolò Paganini. Niccolò Paganini is known for his incredible skill and ability in playing the violin, so much so that he earned the nickname, Devil's Violinist. Here are the 10 most fascinating facts about him. Number 10. A controversial end. In his final days, Niccolò Paganini, the celebrated violinist known as the Devil's Violinist, faced a fate as controversial as his life. Surrounded by a halo of mystery and legends, Paganini rejected the last rites of the Catholic Church, a decision that condemned him to an unenviable fate. After his death in 1840, his body was left in a strange limbo, as the ecclesiastical authorities, distrusting his unorthodox life and alleged connection to the supernatural, refused to bury him in consecrated ground. Paganini's corpse, who in life was a true celebrity, was moved from place to place for years, as if even in death he was doomed to wander restlessly. It wasn't until decades later, when the Duke of Parma intervened, that he was finally allowed a proper burial. However, Paganini's controversial end only served to further fuel the dark and mysterious stories that surrounded his life, perpetuating the legacy of the violinist who lived and died under the shadow of his own myth. Number 9. Accusations of murder. Niccolò Paganini's life was shrouded in constant mystery and controversy, but few stories were as shocking as the accusations of murder leveled against him. According to rumors, the Devil's Violinist not only made a pact with Satan but also murdered a lover, imprisoning her soul in his violin. Although these accusations were never proven, they fit perfectly with the dark and enigmatic image that was held of him. As incredible as it sounds, these accusations found fertile ground in the minds of those who already saw Paganini as a man linked to supernatural forces. The stories, fueled by his eccentric personality and solitary behavior, spread rapidly, intensifying the fear and fascination that the violinist inspired. These legends, though false, contributed to solidifying his reputation as one of the most enigmatic and controversial musicians of all time, a man whose talent and mysterious life continue to intrigue people centuries after his death. Number 8. The Paganini effect on music. Niccolò Paganini left an indelible mark on classical music, and his influence extends far beyond his own life. Known for his virtuosic technique and enigmatic personality, Paganini inspired numerous composers and musicians who sought to emulate his unparalleled ability. The Paganini effect refers to this profound influence, which impacted composers such as Franz Liszt, Johannes Brahms, and Sergei Rachmaninoff, who were captivated by his virtuosity and charisma. Paganini not only raised the technical standard of music but also changed the audience's expectations, laying the groundwork for modern virtuosity. Paganini's legacy is perceived in music through the works composed by these masters inspired by him. For example, Franz Liszt, another virtuoso of his time, was so amazed by Paganini's abilities that he adapted some of his techniques to the piano, developing his own virtuosic style. Similarly, Brahms composed variations based on Paganini's Caprice No. 24, and Rachmaninoff created his celebrated Rhapsody on a theme of Paganini. These works not only pay homage to the violinist but also demonstrate how his legacy of virtuosity and emotion elevated the art of musical performance to new heights. Number 7. His favorite violin, the Cannone. The legendary violinist Niccolò Paganini was famous not only for his astonishing technique and charisma but also for his favorite violin, which he affectionately called Il Cannone. This instrument, crafted by the Italian luthier Giuseppe Guarneri, earned its name, meaning the cannon, due to its powerful and resonant sound. Paganini was inseparable from this violin and considered it his talisman, ensuring that it was the only one capable of capturing and expressing the breadth of his talent. Throughout his life, Il Cannone was his most faithful companion, accompanying him in his most memorable performances and contributing to his legend. After Paganini's death, Il Cannone became an object of fascination for violinists and music lovers worldwide. The instrument has been preserved as a historical treasure and is exhibited in Genoa, Paganini's hometown. Despite its age, Il Cannone is occasionally played in special concerts, still emitting the powerful and vibrant sound that enamored Paganini and the 19th century audience. This violin, with its rich history and connection to one of the greatest musicians of all time, is a living testament to the enduring legacy of Niccolò Paganini and his eternal love for music. Number 6. Development of the modern violin. Niccolò Paganini was a crucial figure in the development of the modern violin, and his influence on the instrument's design and technique is undeniable. Through his virtuosity and pursuit of perfection, Paganini prompted violin makers to improve their instruments to withstand the demands of his style. His mastery of the violin led to improvements such as a longer fingerboard, stronger strings, and a more angled bridge, allowing for greater agility and expression. With these changes, the violin became a more versatile instrument, capable of handling the virtuosity required by Paganini and other ambitious musicians. Paganini's impact on the violin was not limited to the physical aspect of the instrument. His revolutionary style influenced how musicians played the violin, setting new standards of technique and expression. He introduced complex techniques such as left-hand pizzicato and flying staccato, which expanded the violin repertoire and challenged future generations of musicians. Thanks to his influence, the violin evolved from being a simple accompanying instrument to taking center stage, laying the groundwork for modern classical music and establishing Paganini as one of the greatest innovators in the history of the violin. Number 5. A 19th century celebrity. In the 19th century, Niccolò Paganini was not only known as a virtuoso violinist but also as a true celebrity, comparable to today's rock stars. His exceptional talent and charismatic performances drew crowds throughout Europe, where people flocked to see him play. The public's reactions were extreme. Spectators often became so excited during his concerts that they fainted, cried, or screamed in admiration. This intense response was a testament not only to his musical ability but also to his enigmatic stage presence, which captivated audiences and sometimes even horrified them with stories of his supposed dealings with the devil. Paganini leveraged his fame to innovate not only in music but also in the art of self-promotion. He often deliberately fueled rumors about his mysterious personal life and alleged supernatural alliances to increase his fame and mystique. This, in turn, secured his place not only in musical circles but also in popular folklore, solidifying his image as the devil's violinist. Even after his death, his legacy as an iconic figure in classical music has persisted, remembered not only for his impressive violin technique but also for his ability to captivate and entertain an audience like a true showbiz star. Number 4. The impact of a mysterious illness. Throughout his life, Niccolò Paganini faced a mysterious illness that left a significant mark on both his health and his music. He suffered from symptoms that doctors of the time could not explain, although today it is believed that he had Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, a condition that affects connective tissue and can cause joint hypermobility. This disease granted him an uncommon flexibility in his hands, allowing him to perform technical feats impossible for other violinists. However, the condition also caused him pain and weakness, and often Paganini found himself in the paradox of being a genius on stage but a weakened man off it. Paganini's mysterious illness became part of his legend, fueling beliefs that he was under the influence of supernatural forces. His physical appearance was also impacted. He was extremely thin, and his skin was pale, enhancing his cadaverous appearance and association with the demonic. Despite his ailments, his musical genius shone through his pain, and he continued to play with intensity and passion, leaving his audience amazed. Paganini's illness, though debilitating, was an integral component of his artistic identity, a reminder that even great geniuses often struggle with their own demons, literal or figurative. Number 3. Prodigy virtuoso from an early age. Niccolò Paganini's genius manifested at a very early age, as his skill and innate talent for music distinguished him as an unparalleled prodigy. Born in Genoa in 1782, Paganini showed a natural affinity for the violin from childhood. At the age of 7, he was already composing his own music, and at 11, he gave his first concert, astonishing all who heard him. His father, Antonio Paganini, who was a musician, recognized his son's potential and pushed him to perfect his talent, subjecting him to intense practice regimens that, though demanding, helped forge his unique skill. Paganini's precocious talent led him to receive musical education from prominent masters, but he soon surpassed his own teachers, solidifying his reputation as a precocious virtuoso. As his fame grew, his technical abilities and innovative violin playing captivated audiences throughout Europe. His early mastery of the instrument and his ability to execute complex techniques, such as left-hand pizzicato and harmonics, established him as one of the greatest violinists of all time. His life and career were a testament to the power of talent and dedication, and his legacy remains an inspiration for musicians and music lovers worldwide. Number 2. Master of the most difficult techniques. Niccolò Paganini, the Devil's Violinist, was a true master of the most difficult violin techniques. His astonishing virtuosity and innovative skill elevated the art of the violin to unprecedented levels. Paganini was known for his mastery of extremely complex techniques, such as left-hand pizzicato, harmonics, ricochet, and flying staccato. These techniques, which still pose a challenge for contemporary violinists, were executed with fluidity and precision by the prodigious violinist, leaving audiences amazed and astonished. Paganini's ability to manipulate the violin with such virtuosity not only impressed his contemporaries but also influenced subsequent generations of musicians and composers. His 24 Caprices, considered some of the most difficult pieces ever written for violin, are a testament to his technical mastery and musical imagination. Each of these caprices presents unique challenges, and many violinists view the performance of these works as a kind of rite of passage. Paganini's genius in handling the most difficult violin techniques not only solidified his reputation as one of the greatest musicians of all time but also inspired countless artists to strive for his level of excellence. Number 1. Sold his soul to the devil. Niccolò Paganini's life was always shrouded in mystery and legends, but perhaps none was as persistent as the story that he sold his soul to the devil to achieve his incredible talent. Paganini, known as the Devil's Violinist, played with a passion and skill that seemed supernatural, leading many to believe that his gifts must come from a dark pact. Rumors intensified with his cadaverous appearance and dramatic performances, where he often seemed possessed by a power beyond him. It was said that during his concerts, shadowy figures surrounded him, and his solitary and mysterious behavior only reinforced the legend. These stories were fueled by Paganini himself, who never denied the rumors and instead sometimes encouraged them to increase his fame. The accounts of his supposed pact with the devil made him even more popular, and his image became inseparable from his music. Although accusations of witchcraft and his rejection of the Catholic Church caused him trouble, they also made him a figure of fascination and fear. The legend of Paganini, the violinist who sold his soul to the devil, continues to fascinate people to this day, a testament to how his incredible talent and enigmatic life made him one of the most legendary musicians in history.